All right, here's a tweet from the National Hockey League. Simple, short and sweet. Hockey is back.
Love it.
Hashtag NHL Faceoff, and it is back. Triple header to start things off on the North American side starting this evening. It looks like a lot of fun. Weeksy, we got predictions to do because that is kind of what we have to do here.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the East?
Coming out of the East, I'm going to go with the New York Rangers. And I got to tell you why. I think they've got clearly outstanding goaltending led by Shesterkin. And once his contract situation gets resolved, it's a game changer to have a goalie of his ilk and a future Hall of Famer in behind him in Jonathan Quick, who's still playing at a very high level, I might add. I really like the defensive core. Panarin's one of the best players on the planet. All things being equal, I like the balance. Chris Drury's done a nice job with this team. I'm pulling with the Rangers.
Let me just ask you quick. Shesterkin, his contract, he still has a year left, so he's under contract.
For sure.
Is that a distraction that, like, he hasn't done an extension?
It's a talking point because I tweeted about it today.
I know.
All that to say,
You're
no,
a troublemaker.
to your question, I think it gets resolved. I just think that there's too much between these two parties, him and the Rangers, that are symbiotic. They've got a great relationship. I think it gets resolved soon.
All right. Well, listen, you like the Rangers.
Yeah, who you going
I'm going to stay on this side of the Hudson.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Devils. I looked at the teams in the Atlantic, and they go, any of the top couple in the Atlantic could get there. The Rangers are a good pick.
Sure.
But I liked what I saw from the Devils. And you know what I really liked? They fixed the things that were wrong with their team. They fixed the goaltending. They added some size. They've got 8 defensemen when everybody's healthy. I mean, look at the offseason that Tommy Fitz had there in New Jersey with all the additions, all the guys. I mean, look at Nason. He scored right off the bat. Cotter had a couple of goals. Tatar played well. Pesci's coming back from injury soon. Dylan was physical. Kovacevic, he was physical. And he also scored a goal and had an assist and got a Rolex from Jaromir Jagr. Can't beat that. And then, of course, Jacob Markstrom was Jacob Markstrom. Made a brilliant save in that opener against the Buffalo Sabres. So I like the Devils in the East. How about the West?
In the West, I am rocking with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl,
Oh, yeah, there it is.
and the Edmonton Oilers.
So close last year.
They were so good last year. And our man Paul Coffey, the job he did with the blue line, to me, that's the biggest thing, Eej.
Yeah.
We talked to him at length, and you spoke to him a second time during Stanley Cup final. But what he was able to do with Evan Bouchard, I love the acquisitions of Arvidsson, Skinner, and some of the other guys that they added to the mix. I like the Oil up in Alberta.
Jeff Skinner, he might have like 60 goals with that team.
Right.
I mean, he's such a great skater and everything. In the West, I'm going to go with the Dallas Stars. You know, the Oilers knocked them out last year. I think the Stars got a little quicker, a little younger this year with some of the moves within their group. They've still got the great goalie in Ottinger. I just think it's their time. They've been getting close as well. Maybe that's another Western Conference final between the Oilers and the Dallas Stars, but I'll take the Dallas Stars to get it done. I'll be in Finland late in November for the Dallas Stars and the Florida Panthers. That should be a nice pair of games overseas. We got the 2 coaches that know each other, Paul Maurice and Peter DeBoer, very close friends. One other team, anybody else you're looking at, you think like you keep an eye on them that was out of the mix last year?
St. Louis Blues for me.
I like you.
St. Louis Blues for me. In the West, St. Louis Blues for me. You talk about adding some pieces and kind of solidifying the group. I think that Doug Armstrong, starting with the offer sheet, that was magical against the Edmonton Oilers and what he's able to bring in. I like the Joseph brothers as well. P.O. Joseph, very talented puck mover. Matthew Joseph, speed, Stanley Cup winner down in Tampa. Overall, I think this team's going to be good. And I like, I've always liked Jordan Binnington. And Hofer is a very good goalie behind him.
And Hofer is a really good goal. I think the goaltending is good. Here's some of the moves they made. Radek Fax is a guy that will help their bottom six. Good face-off guy. Broberg, I think, really emerged. Ryan Suter, I was trying to remember the other day, where did he end up? St. Louis. So I'll be keeping an eye on the St. Louis Blues this year as well. I think they got a chance to get back into the postseason.